Hi, my name is Julie Salisbury, and I am a regional representative with the University of Tulsa, and I am based here in Houston. And I just want to say how happy I am to be able to present to you virtually, but I'm really excited to get back into the classroom and see your all's faces face to face. But today, I am going to talk to you about STEM fields in college, what that means, and what you can do to achieve job-wise, study-wise in the field of this study. So I'm going to attempt to share my screen with you. I was not a STEM major, so technology is super fun for me. So I'm going to share my screen and hopefully it works. That seems to have worked. Good. So again, my name is Julie Salisbury from the University of Tulsa, and I'm going to talk to you today about STEM fields in college. So what does the acronym STEM stand for? Well, it stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That's pretty easy. I like it. I like it simple. Those courses are not simple, but I definitely think the acronym is a good one to go with. So this means, the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is some of the most popular majors for university students. STEM fields have a high earning potentials in early career, and STEM is not for everyone, and that is okay. So those are kind of the main points of this, is that they're super popular. They have, high earning and potentials career, and then they're not for everyone. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk to you about today. And let's see where we're going to start first. So what majors are STEM related? So science related classes are going to be your biologies, biochems, chemistries, physics, neuroscience, etc. All of these are etc. because different universities are going to have different subject areas that you can major in. These are just some of the more popular ones in these fields. For technology, you're going to do computer science, computer engineering, computer forensics, information science, etc. What I will say about some of these subject areas, fields of study, are that they're kind of similar. So you're going to really want to ask questions to kind of get a better idea of what you want to major in. So for instance, like computer science and computer information systems sound, kind of the same. And so you may be having a conversation with an admission counselor or your high school counselor and be like, I really like this aspect, so I'm going to major in computer science, when that isn't even the aspect at all in that particular program. So you're going to kind of want to do some research and ask some questions to really narrow down the search for the field of study you want to go into within the STEM fields genre. So for engineering is aerospace, chemical, civil, electrical, mechanical, petroleum. And again, there are multiple engineering related fields. These are just the more popular and general ones. And then mathematics is applied mathematics, data mining, statistics, accounting, etc. So I always get questions that say, okay, so I want to do STEM and I am interested in pursuing a degree in mechanical engineering. So what courses do I need to be taking in high school to better prepare me for that? And I'm always very honest in saying, I want you to take as many courses that you're comfortable taking. So I don't want students taking, if they're not comfortable taking AP courses, I don't want them taking all AP courses their senior year spring semester. Like, okay, well, this is it. I've got to load myself up with all of these AP classes when you just haven't really ever taken any before. So you're really going to want to look at what's offered and then look at your schedule and say, okay, I know that I'm really good at math, so I think that I can take some math heavy courses, but I may not load it up with a bunch of science because I'm not going to have time to really study on that, that subject area right now. So as many AP honors courses as you can is what's really going to help us, kind of say that you're prepared for the classes in a classroom. So if AP honors classes aren't available in your high school, you're going to want to take any math higher then Algebra 2, you're going to want to take chemistry, you're going to want to take a statistics, you're going to want to take pre-calculus, definitely take biology. These are just courses that even if they aren't AP, even if they aren't honors classes, that are going to say, you know, I feel like the student will be prepared for the challenges of a college classroom. But I also just want to make sure that you are taking classes that you're comfortable taking. So if you are not like, if you're like, I haven't taken any AP courses and I'm not really into any math higher than Algebra 2, maybe a STEM related field in math that's heavy in math is not going to be an area in which you're going to really want to, you know, explore in college unless you're willing to reach out and get some additional resources to help you. If that's like something like you want to be a, you know, accountant, like I'm doing that, then you're going to need to reach out to resources and beef up your math skills a little bit. No one would ever want me to be an accountant. So, because I didn't do that, and that worked out great for everyone. So definitely make sure that you're doing stuff that is comfortable for you and taking as many courses that are going to prepare you for the academic challenges in a classroom in college. To STEM or not to STEM, or can I do both? So I get a lot of questions again about, you know, like I'm interested in engineering, but I also really love to sing, or I love to play, you know, the guitar. I love to draw. I'm very artistic, but I don't want to major specifically in that. I would like to major in something that is more on the technical side. So I'll say that, you know, if they're asking me that specific question, can I only take a STEM course? No, you can take a course in, you know, like art, and you can definitely, you know, explore that artistic side and different avenues other than STEM. Now, some universities, they really have a strict kind of curriculum that they want you to follow. So that's going to need to be a question that you are having, or a conversation that you're having with your, you know, regional rep, admission counselor, high school counselor. These are going to need to be questions that you're asking yourself, and also reaching out to the university to ask like, hey, I'm really interested in this. Can I do that? And if they say no, and if that's really important to you, then you might need to, you know, research a little bit more on what other universities are out there that will let you do that. Can I major in STEM and minor in art? If I get asked this question directly, then yes, that is absolutely something that you can do. Again, some universities don't, they just don't have the curriculum that is set up to do that, and that's okay. And the way we do it is okay. There are just different options for different people. So you want to make sure that you're really, you know, kind of saying, what do I want to get out of the college experience? And then making those decisions for yourself. So STEM is a very fluid concept. It's always evolving. It's always kind of like, okay, is this STEM? Is this not STEM? So I always kind of like that aspect of this particular field of study. So interdisciplinary means involving two or more academic, scientific, or artistic disciplines. So basically it's saying, okay, I really want to do a career in, you know, biology. I want to do pre-med, but art calms me down. I'm able to kind of, you know, get some stress, get some, you know, anxiety out of the way by my art. And that kind of allows you to do both. So it just kind of makes you a more, I don't know, well-rounded individual if you are able to, you know, kind of pair that up with, you know, something like sociology, psychology, a foreign language. And then at some universities, we have the pairing up of a business minor with like an engineering degree. So I think that those are really amazing things. And I think that you need to really kind of do your research again and figure out what it is that you want to do. And does the university that you're interested in have that available for you? So that's kind of what I covered when I said, are all universities like this? Yes, no, you're going to have to kind of ask and see what they say, and do your research, and then make sure that you're asking pretty specific questions about that if that is something that's important to you. So what does the industry growth look like for a STEM major? So this is this chart shows the predicted growth in industries in the US. It's a growing field for technically minded people, but as you can see, like, what I love about STEM is that you're kind of doing STEM all the time, like, especially with technology. I am not a technical person, as you can obviously tell, but I have to do this, and we have to adapt to new ways, especially what's going on right now. So this has been a very interesting learning experience for me. And I think that you can kind of take any degree in any field of study in any of these occupations. I mean, community and social service occupations, who doesn't need every single one of those in that type of capacity? So there's always a job, I believe, for any of these fields of study for sure. So job placement rate and average salary. So when you are deciding what you want to do, you're like, I really want to do STEM. This is something that is, you know, I have a passion for it. I'm good at it. I want to do it. But like, how quickly can I get a job? What kind of job can I get? These are questions that, you know, what can I get paid for doing this job? These are questions that you need to be asking yourself too. I know it seems like a little bit down the road, but you're going to want to make sure that you have some answers for this. And the best advice I can give to you is when you're visiting university web pages, go to individual college pages. So go to the engineering page, look and see what their placement is, because different colleges at different universities are going to have different placement rates. Just for example, our engineering college is going to have a different placement rate than our business college. They're similar, but they're different. And this is just based off of 6 months after graduation. So you're going to want to kind of take a look at that and be like, okay, 6 months after graduation, and there's a, 97% job placement rate. Cool, I like that. Or, if it's a little on the lower side, you're going to be like, okay, well, it'll come up. I know it will. I'm going to help them get there. Like, you just want to make sure that you're checking out these pages and doing your research when, for your future. The salaries are going to be, these are kind of, not obviously every job's on here. And these are estimates and kind of the average salary for these types of degrees and types of jobs. So I don't ever want you to think like, okay, so I'm an engineer and Miss Salisbury told me in 2020 that when I graduate, I'm going to be making almost $70,000 a year. These are just projections, and they're estimates based off of surveys that are done, data that's collected, and every region is going to be a little bit different. So you really just make sure that you kind of know that this is an average when you're looking at pay scale and when you're looking at jobs and when you're, navigating through this process, that you kind of take like, okay, it's going to be kind of in that range, but it's not going to be like, exactly what it is. So always make sure that you take these as estimates and averages, but they're pretty good estimates and averages. So these are really good fields of study to be in for success. So another thing I wanted to talk to you about was summer camps and club organizations. So I know right now we're all doing things virtually, and which is great, because one of these days we're going to be able to do things face to face again, and I can't wait for that moment. So in the meantime, different summer camps and boot camps have really tried to work fast to make sure to get some stuff online for you to do. I cannot name them all because there are so many, but I promise you, if you Google like STEM summer camps, STEM boot camps, and you can kind of see what's out there. And even if there is not something just right now, you can kind of see what they've done in the past and what they have set up for you. I think this is a really good way to kind of say, I like this. This is really fun. This is something that I can see myself doing. And this is something I could see myself, really being successful in. And you're around other people that like the same stuff, and you guys can talk about it. And that's really, really fun. Clubs and organizations, it would be very surprising to me if the majority of universities do not have STEM related clubs and organizations that are pretty abundant. I know if somebody asked me like directly, like, what does the University of Tulsa have? We have over 50 STEM related clubs and organizations alone. So, I mean, there is plenty of organizations and clubs for you to get involved in. you would have to really try not to be involved with all the opportunities that STEM offers through summer camps, boot camps, and organizations. So it's a really good way to kind of get some different learning in a different atmosphere and a different environment that isn't just in a classroom. So how do I know if I want to major in a STEM related field? That is a question that I asked myself. It wasn't the same as a STEM related field, but it was like, what do I want to do? I mean, what am I good at? What do I like to do? So that's what you should do. Ask yourself, what am I good at? What am I interested in? Make a column, say, what am I good at? What do I like? And kind of pair those up. Are you good at math? My answer was no. So I didn't go anywhere near anything that had to do with like accounting or finance. Thank goodness I have a calculator on my phone now. But those are questions that you have to ask yourself. I can't answer those for you. So you're going to have to ask that question, like, do I like math? Is this something that I want to study? And if it's yes, if you're like, oh my gosh, I am so good at all of this. This is exactly what I want to do. This is amazing. It's so much fun. Then pursuing a field in a simulated field would be, something that you should definitely look into. If you're good at STEM and you're like, I really like it, but I'm not quite sure what kind of job I would be good at or what kind of career is out there for me, you might want to do a personality survey. It's a really good informational guide, and your high school counselor, would definitely have that if you haven't done it already. There's always tools. You can just Google it if you needed to. Like, I just want to do a personality survey. I want to see what my skills and what I like and what kind of job that may pair me up with. Whenever you're trying to decide what you want to study, always do your research to answer the whats and the whys of that program. What is this? What can I do with it? Why do I want to do it? And really dig deeper into what it is. Don't just look at surface information like, I want to work at NASA because I want to go to space. Okay, well, yeah, that's awesome. But is that going to be like, is it super realistic? And it may be, and that's fantastic. Or do you want to work at NASA and you want to work in specific areas? And why do you want to work in that specific area? So really make sure that you're asking the whats and the whys of the program that you're choosing. And always do what makes you happy, and you will find success. Truly, what makes you happy, and that can be X, Y, and Z for you. And your X, Y, Z may be completely different than what somebody else's is. But whatever makes you happy, truly seek that out. And I think that you really will find success. So that is going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for sitting through this. If you sat through this, I know that we're all kind of new to this, and I really appreciate it. And I love having the opportunity to come and visit with you and give you some insight to what STEM related fields are, and just kind of talk to you in general about what is going to be some helpful tips for you in choosing a field of study and a university and all those kinds of questions. So there's my contact information. Feel free to email me, call me. If you just have general questions about where can I even start to look at universities that offer this, this, and this, I'm so happy to help, as are all of us. So again, I appreciate it. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you and hearing from you soon. Thanks.